Last question is, describe a story of a kid I recently impacted and how they grew closer to God, in part or due to your influence. The first one that comes to mind, I can think of a few, but the first one that comes to mind is a student named Sean, and he and his dad and I had the opportunity to speak early on in his senior year. This was a year or two ago, I think 2 years ago actually. And he was coming off a breakup, and there was a lot of family tension over the breakup of Sean and his girlfriend. And so it was rough on both Sean and his family. And so he was kind of in a dark place, I think, for that point in time. And his dad was really concerned about his well being. And so he asked me, as a strength coach, just to reach out to him and keep an extra set of eyes on him and just encourage him. And so Sean and I connected a lot that semester, primarily in the weight room, but we shared really fellowship as one brother in Christ with another. And he spent time, usually during lunch, he would eat lunch pretty quickly, and then he'd come down to the weight room and just work out some of his frustration with life under the iron. And so we would kind of share the common mantra, as iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. And another similar thread that we kind of shared is our affinity towards the military. And I knew at the time he was strongly considering military service. And I shared some of my desire throughout my lifetime to serve in the military, but just never seemed to find the path and for the stars to align and God's will to lead me ultimately to that, with the exception of perhaps military chaplaincy. So he knew kind of my story and pursuing coursework that might ultimately put me in the trajectory to do that. But he knew kind of like himself that we were both kind of struggling to discern what was next. But we just shared in our relationship with Christ. I spent time praying with him for his spiritual well-being and that of his family. And really, I encouraged him to get plugged into student ministry, whatever church he needed to find that, where there's a vibrant youth group. And so a few ideas and suggestions were thrown out. And he is very good at playing guitar, and he actually started playing. He went from one church where there was because of the breakup, some turbulence, and found a new kind of vibrant youth group that was going strong, and he had the opportunity to serve playing guitar in their worship band. And so really saw his relationship with Christ, I think, grow, and felt confidence as I think the prayers really made a big impact on his spiritual life. And God brought him, I believe, closer in relationship with him, and he found his feet. And he's now currently in military service in the Middle East. And so that's one story, and I could think of maybe a few others as well, but Sean is one that sticks out a lot, especially with the military service and his walk with Christ. And so it was really a blessing to have the opportunity to share with him and that, and his dad thanked me a lot for my prayers and helping his son. But really, it's nothing less than what I should be doing anyway. But it was a great opportunity and a humbling experience to be used of God, even if it was just in a small way. And so I love the guy, and I'm really happy to see him and proud to see what he's doing for his country and obviously in his walk with the Lord. So that would be probably my number one story. Thank you very much.